Hi everyone. Today I want to introduce myself to you guys. Uh, my name is Natalia and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. And now I'm living here in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And this year, 2026, I want to try to be a little more personal and one-on-one instead of just doing demos and just showing my hands. I want to just um, bring more of me into my channel so everyone can get to know me a little bit better. Um, I like to do watercolors and I love doing oils, charcoals, but this channel mainly focuses on watercolor. And today I want to just show you what's in my watercolor toolbox and what I have and what paper I use, what type of brushes I use to help anyone out there who has a little bit of struggle on what type of brushes to get or what type of paints to use, if you should buy expensive brushes or if you should buy cheap brushes, what type of paints I started out with, and what are some of my favorite watercolor brushes and papers. And this is very beginner friendly, so if you want to start off with watercolor in 2026, this might be a good start, in my opinion. And when I first started watercolors, I started off using this brand. I just picked it up from Walmart. It was $5. It has all the basic colors. It's called Aquarelle, I think. Really cheap. And over the years, since I started doing watercolor, I've been doing it for about 2 years now, I just put them in a big pan like this. If I ever find any colors, any packs that interest me, I just dump it all in here, whether it's expensive or cheap brands. I just put everything all in one. I even have I had picked up some watercolor shimmers online and I just put it in here, so it's all easily accessible. Some people like to organize. I'm not big in organizing, so for me it's just easier to just put it in here. And this was my latest color I picked up, and as I said, I would just leave it in there. And most of my colors is I get them from Winsor & Newton, the Winsor & Newton brand. I even started using some gouache color, and it's similar to watercolor, but it's just more pigmented, and it has a little bit of acrylic characters to it, so it would dry fast. So I also put it in here. And I have the Maiden brand. I had picked up a pack of this too. I just put it right in here too. I also started using, if anybody's familiar, masking fluid. Whenever you want to do watercolors, sometimes you might need a little masking fluid to mask off certain places. And as I said, this one I just put it in here, and I've had this for about, I would say, a year now, and it's still going strong because I only use a little bit of it. And some of the Maiden colors, sometimes it gets, this package that I bought, it gets hard. So sometimes I would just empty it out and find little containers and put the color, put it inside here and add some water to it so it wouldn't dry out. And that's all I do. I would just keep it in a big pan, easily accessible on the table, ready to use whenever I feel like doing watercolors. And for brushes, I like to use my favorite of all time that I always use is calligraphy brushes. These brushes I found, I was in a watercolor Facebook group 2 years ago, and someone mentioned calligraphy brushes, and I decided to try them out, and I bought a pack on Temu, and it was really cheap. It was like $5, I think, and it lasted a good year and a half until this was it here from the Temu online store, And this one I got, this one wasn't so good. It, the bristles keep coming out, so I never really used this one. The other two I had, it broke on me last year, and then I ended up buying this one. It's a little bit better quality, and it's authentic Chinese calligraphy brushes. You could get them anywhere, Amazon, AliExpress, online stores. They're usually really affordable. Some of them go for higher prices, so I just tend to find a mid-range price and buy them. And this one I picked up, it came in a nice little holder, and I got a couple of them, and they're all really good quality. It ranges in medium and small, and my favorite calligraphy brushes is the extra small ones where I could add all the details I want to add. And these are my favorites, especially when you're doing small paintings. And I don't bother with any type of other brushes. I've been using calligraphy brushes for 2 years now, and it's just, it never disappoints. It holds the water really well. Beginners can use it and with ease, and it just makes you happy when you use it. It's so wonderful. I will use these angle brushes. These flat angle brushes I would use to highlight and bring, sometimes it brings the colors out, or when you want to lift colors up from the paper. These are two good brushes that you could also have. And these are the brushes I use. I don't use any other brushes. And for paper, when I started off watercolor, I started using the Canson brand. And this one is the extra large watercolor. You get 30 sheets, 9 by 12. And this is the brand that I started using with. And I love doing pet portraits in this one also. It's really nice to use. And it's really affordable. And it's beginner friendly too. I also have this brand. So I had picked this up also. It's the Hong brand. It's a Chinese brand or Japanese brand, I'm not sure. It's a really good brand too. And my all-time favorite brand is the Arches papers. This one I had bought a couple large sheets. They sell, I think, 3 for $40 in Michael's. And I just cut them down to the size that I want, and I would use them. This is my all-time favorite paper to use for anything. And this particular one is the cold press paper. So this one I would use for landscapes, anything, florals. I've also used the soft press paper, and it works really well. It never lets down. Never. It's my favorite. And that's all I use. And what else? And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful 2026, a progressive one. And if you want to continue to learn more about watercolors and art, you could always subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.